send a thank you out to my guides for being here to help us in this reading and to help me bring the messages forward in the best way possible. And a thank you to each and every one of you who supports this channel through liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, leaving timestamps, donations, hitting the super thanks button, the little stickers. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for that. Anybody who sends me anything on my Amazon wish list or through my mailbox, all of those things are greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for that. And if you'd like the information for any of that, it's in my description box below. Also, to anybody who has been supporting me on my poetry channel, thank you guys as well. As soon as I get to 1,000 subscribers on there, I'm going to be doing a mystery giveaway. It's going to be a really fun giveaway, so I can't wait till that happens. And let's see what our messages coming out for today are. Someone may be feeling very inadequate. This person could be getting ready to move away from this situation with you. This person could be leaving you alone a lot, something like that, or this person could be feeling very alone. You may have a lot going on and they don't have as much going on. This person could wear sunglasses a lot, especially at night. I don't know why this guy always makes me think of, I wear my sunglasses at night, but it does. Yeah. Somebody could be repressing a lot of emotions, and this could end up escalating to the point that it explodes all over everyone around them. It may shatter some sort of illusion that you may be feeling about someone in particular as well. This person could be normally very fun loving, very joyful, very happy go lucky. And this person may just all of a sudden, like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Jake Daniels, the song Two-Face is coming to mind as well for that. Call me Harvey. You're definitely, if you've been seeing 666 a lot or 666 a lot, even just the number 6, there's a lot of reciprocity coming into your connections and your relationships. There could be reconciliations coming in for you, things coming back together. There's going to be equality for you in the situations that you are dealing with, equal give and takes. You could even be remembering the past with very fond memories at this time as well. And doing some root work is really going to help you to be able to handle whatever's coming your way in a very peaceful manner. Somebody may even be thinking about coming back for a reconciliation, but they've already spent up all of their chances with you. So you could definitely be telling somebody, no more, I'm done with this shit. I am not looking for anything that is not going to be equal give and take from you and from me. And I'm ready to find somebody that is feeling the same way about me as I'm feeling about them and is going to treat me with respect the way that I do them. There's going to be some sort of shocking events coming out, being lit up, being exposed. There may even be somebody that is wanting to connect with you or be with you in some sort of way, and that might be what is being exposed as well. Or it could be that somebody has been partying a lot and this could be getting ready to be exposed, or somebody has been trying to control somebody, trying to tell them, oh, you can't do this, oh, you can't do that. Somebody may even be projecting things onto you. They could actually have a very overbearing parent that has been stopping them from doing the things that they want to do for a very long time. And so they may actually be projecting that onto you and maybe blaming you for doing the same thing when you haven't been. There's a lot of hidden secrets and a lot of hidden things behind the surface that are going to really be coming out in the near future as well. I feel like you are also going to be doing a lot of extra scripting for your manifesting, and you're going to start to realize how quickly and strongly magic can happen in those situations. We actually ended up with 2 different storms here dropping gold coins. So there's going to be a lot of financial stability coming in for you. Some sort of idea or thought that you have is going to be very effective at bringing in financial stability. You may even be writing these thoughts down. Some of you could actually even be writing something that is bringing in money for you as well. So the evil eye symbol here, given to those that we truly admire to protect them from jealousy and harm. You're protected at this moment from jealousy and from harm from people that are feeling some sort of way because of this glow up that you're going through. You could definitely be taking care of yourself better. If you haven't been drinking enough water, drink some more water. If you have any kind of skin problems or anything like that, it will really help to drink more water as well. You could also be seeing 1111 at this time a fair amount. Abundance, good luck, fortune on the right track, divine timing, everything falls into place, synchronicities, really aligning yourself and becoming whole in and of you without needing anything from the outside is helping you to be able to manifest in a much better way as well. It's helping you to be able to achieve your goals, to not feel like you need something else to be able to achieve whatever it is that you're working on. And so you're going to be working on it and believing in it and really feeling like you can do this regardless of whether or not you have a support network, or regardless of whether or not you have a relationship, or whatever the case may be. Right now, you and whoever it is that you are meant to be in a relationship with could definitely be on your own journeys of self-discovery and of healing any kind of prior wounds, so that you both feel good enough for a relationship and both feel good enough on your own without the relationship, so that it doesn't turn into a toxic codependency when you come together. There's definitely going to be something exposed about somebody who feels inadequate in your life. Somebody could be experiencing jealousy around you, or somebody could be in a very miserable state, or a very sad or depressed or hurting state. This may even be somebody that you moved away from, or they moved away from you in some sort of way. And all of this is going to be being exposed and seen clearly. Some of you may have actually recently moved to somewhere, and you may be feeling like you're walking around in a cloud of sadness because you really don't know anybody and things like that. If that's the case, then it's time to get out there and to start meeting people and to start experiencing life. There's no difference in doing that where you're at now than where you were before. And yes, sometimes it is hard to make new connections and new friendships and to open up to new people. But now is the time to start learning those things. Come on, kitty. There you go. So let's see what else our guides want to talk about today. I'm sure all of that will get touched on in some way throughout this reading as well, again, because it generally tends to do that all the way through the reading, hold the same theme. Somebody could definitely have been hiding their emotions for an extremely long time and is having a hard time now expressing their emotions, or is going to end up exploding in some sort of way on people. Stop hating yourself. What they told you was false. You are amazing as you are. Who you love is who you love. What you are attracted to is what you are attracted to. The hate and the hurt that you feel is projecting. The right people won't hate you for being you and for doing what you enjoy the best. Walk away from places and people that make you feel stuck and small. Life is too short to waste away in a miserable space, slowly suffocating to death. Self-love. Really being able to see the beauty that you are. Being able to release, let go, forgive. I forgive myself and I release. Great song. It's a great song for mantras. The woman who sings it, she does a lot of songs for mantras that are like repetitive through the song. And she also does My Success is Inevitable, or My Energy is Infinite. I can't remember the name of the singer though. I'll have to find it later and share it. But definitely working on self-love right now, on not hating yourself for what you want or who you love or who you're attracted to or who you're not attracted to. Because you know what? I mean, there's even been times where I have felt that way, where I'm like, why the fuck am I not attracted to this person? Why? That's ridiculous. I should be, but I'm not. And I can't help who I'm attracted to any more than anyone else can. If the LGBTQ community cannot help who they're attracted to, then straight women like myself can't help it either. And what you're attracted to is what you're attracted to. So don't hate yourself for that, and try not to allow the hate or the judgment or the opinions of others to affect you into deciding that you don't like whatever it is that you like, or deciding that you're not going to go after it. because there's no point in being miserable for the rest of your life for public approval. Their love was conditional. Yours was unconditional. That's why it cuts so deeply. You accepted them, flaws and all. But since you weren't perfect, it was never good enough, no matter how much you gave. Walk away from things that make you believe that you are not good enough. Tell yourself that you are good enough. They are too, but it doesn't mean that they are good for you. You have the world to give, just with the love in your heart. Some people just don't understand that. Open your eyes to those who think that you are enough, because you are. Work on you, your goals, self-love, confidence, and balance your life. The universe has some amazing people to bring in as you release the past to make room. Kind of like we were talking about with the number 1111 earlier. If you've been seeing that number a lot, one of the main points behind that number is to feel whole inside yourself, to love yourself, to be at ease on your own, and to know that everything's going to work out. What's funny is it hit 1111 a second ago on here too. So anyway, feeling whole on your own, loving yourself, really being able to stand strong in your power, not minding your alone time and being okay with just you. Knowing that rejection is protection and allowing things to unfold the way that they're going to unfold. Once you are in a state where you feel like you are whole on your own, you're not looking for somebody outside of you to fill that void anymore. You're not looking for a relationship to bring you the things you need. You're looking for a relationship because you want a relationship, and you are no longer going to accept things or go after things that are not making you feel as good as you are making them feel. You're not going to go after the unequal give and take anymore. You're going to be going for somebody who's going to be adding to you too, just as much as you're adding to them. And you're also going to be meeting more people that are more unconditionally loving instead of basing their love for you off of conditions that they have preconceived notions about. Arm yourself against a worldly view. What truly feels right to you? In your heart, you will find the answers that you seek in your mind. Don't overthink. Don't give in. Stand strong in the power you're in. If you have something to say, say it. Don't worry what others think. I actually had, so last week I had to go over to a friend's house because a guy that she had over, she told him she wasn't having sex with him, and he told her that he was going to take it then. And she got scared and she called me, and I went over there I went over there by myself, by the way, and threw him out of her house. So last night she gets a hold of me, and she had been having this guy come over again. This guy that is now, emotionally manipulating and twisting the situation to look like he was the victim in the situation, and she was wrong for what she did and I was wrong for what I did. And he's so hurt that we could think that. He should have never behaved that way. He's a grown-ass fucking man. He knows better than to say something so fucking stupid. That's ridiculous. Are you kidding me? She asked me last night if I could come over at some point and apologize to him. Hell no. Hell no. I will not be going over there to apologize to him. If I go over there and say anything to him, it's going to be, you know what, motherfucker? You were wrong in this situation. You need to take accountability and you need to take responsibility for it. And that's pretty much exactly what I told her, is stop letting him confuse you and make you believe that you were somehow in the wrong for this when he said what he said. It was not okay what he said, period. Bottom line. It doesn't matter. So when it comes to dealing with people, have that level of confidence. Do not feel like you need to close your mouth. Do not feel like you need to tone it down. Do not feel like the beliefs that you have inside of you are some way wrong or that you should not express them. Because you never know what impact you're going to make through expressing what you have to express, and what impact you don't get a chance to make when you decide to silence yourself for the approval of others. Silence is quite often a betrayal. Don't be careless in your connections. Be discerning of who you allow into your energy. You are responsible for the choices that you make and for what and who you are. Make sure that you aren't accepting less than what you are worth, and don't allow others to continue walking over you. So, don't be blaming yourself for the past or anything like that. And don't be, hard on yourself to the point that you are hating yourself or things like that. But there is a certain level of accountability and responsibility that you do need to accept and take when it comes to the situations that you've been in the past, what you allowed, what you were willing to accept. And you know what? You were willing to accept it because you weren't feeling very good about yourself at that time, or because you were feeling like you weren't worth more, or because you were feeling like there wasn't more. And this is all there is in this world. And so you should just accept this and try to learn to live with it instead of looking for something better. Whatever the case may be, in the past, you made decisions to be in some very low vibrational energies and spaces, ones that were not good for you, were not good for your health, and did not make you feel like a good person, even. And now you have really been able to separate yourself from that. So don't just jump right back into something like that. Take that time that you need for you to heal and to grow so that you can create something that is much less based on need and much more based on want. When it starts to get to need territory, that's when it starts to get to codependency territory, and it turns very toxic very quickly. Sometimes it takes years to turn toxic, actually. Reparenting. A purpose and a reason, all in its season. You were made for something great others' opinions should not rate. You're amazing as you are. Knowing this will get you far. There's nothing here for me to say. How will you know without a new day? The sun always comes back out. The storm will clear. Sometimes you just need a good pout. Then I want you to stand up straight. Set aside all this self-hate. You deserve love in your life. I know that you are facing so much strife. If no one is there to give it to you, do what no one else is there to do. Self-soothing has lost its popularity, but see it now with new clarity. This is why we need to be taught, so when we're alone by darkness, we won't be caught. 9/28/21. So, there's definitely a need here to reparent yourself, to love yourself, to tell yourself all the good things that a good parent would tell you. You know, just because there was a misunderstanding, or just because there was a something that you tried that did not work out, that doesn't make you a failure. That means that you were trying. And as long as you continue to try, you will never fail. It's when you give up completely that you fail. And if you look at every failure like it's the worst thing in the world, it's going to make you want to give up. If you look at it like, I never do anything right, it's going to make you want to give up. But if you look at it as, you know what, I'm a human and we all make mistakes and this is how we learn, this is how we grow, then you can look at the lessons that you can take from the situations and you can put them to use in your life. And reparenting yourself has a lot to do with really making yourself feel confident again, making yourself feel whole again, making yourself feel like you can go out and not have to worry about what's going to happen, but being confident that you're going to be just fine because you are quite capable of standing strong on your own and doing what needs to be done to make the changes necessary in your life to accomplish your goals, whatever those may be. So let's see what else we have here. No judgment. I release myself from any and all judgments. I find my inner critic and I call it to my office. I tell it to take a vacation. As it leaves the room, I let out a sigh and begin to enjoy the joy of simply being. Who hired that guy anyway? So it's time to take that self-critical voice inside your head that may have actually came from people who are very self-critical or judgmental of you throughout your childhood or throughout your life. And you need to squash that voice. And you need to tell yourself, no, I'm fucking amazing. I am beautiful. I am amazing. I am strong. I am confident. I am solid. And I am not going to be broken by anything that comes my way because I have yet to be broken by anything that comes my way. I'm still standing at the end of the day. Elton John, I'm still standing. Good things to come. There are so many amazing gifts coming my way. I can't see them now because I respect the general convention of not peeking under the wrapping paper, but they will show up when the time is right. And that's when I'll remember how much fun it is to be surprised. So, there's definitely a lot of good things coming your way. You're not meant to know everything that is going on right now, whether it's future things or past things. You're meant to figure these things out along the way. And you're meant to really be able to open yourself up to the idea of faith and trust that everything is a part of the divine plan and that everything is unfolding naturally. It's time to surrender and to allow things to play out the way that they're meant to play out and to be okay with that. To know and trust that everything that has played out up to this point was meant to play out the way that it did. And it has brought you to where you are today. So if you love yourself at all, then you know that the only way you could be you at this current moment is with everything in your past that brought you here. So accept that and love that. Story of my life. As I tell myself the story of what is happening in my life, I choose to make it the kind of story where even the tough parts have a sort of inner beauty. It's ultimately a happy story where every character, no matter how wicked, is doing their best, and let me tell you, it'll be worth it when I earn that Pulitzer Prize for Best Inner Monologue. So, that's basically what we were just talking about. Even the tough parts of your life have a true beauty to them. And they also make a good story at the end of the day, too. Sometimes, yeah, it does suck. And sometimes we feel a little bit ashamed of what we've been through or how we behaved or whatever the case may be. But when we let that go and when we release that, we allow ourselves to see just how far we have come from then and how many things that we can change in our lives. How many things we have learned from those situations, how much we have grown and evolved, and also how those situations, those exact situations, those exact stories, those exact things that happened that were awful and horrible, those brought us to who we are today. They made us what we are. And at the end of the day, those are the things that we needed in our life. Whether we wanted them or not, we needed those things to be able to grow and to evolve. Dragon. Supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. So you are definitely somebody who has a lot of wisdom. And that wisdom, where does that wisdom come from? Wisdom can't be found in a book. Wisdom comes from the hardships, from the times in your life where you felt very downtrodden, from the times in your life where you were dealing with extremely harsh abuse, or the times in your life where you were dealing with certain situations that not everybody faces every single day. All of those situations that you went through brought you this wisdom. It brought you the ability to be the healer that you are, to be the earth angel that you are, to see the world from the perspective that you do, and to be able to really understand things at a much deeper level. A couple years ago, I asked to be a better healer than I was, and I asked to be able to help more people than I do. And you know what? I went through a lot the last couple years. A lot. Be careful what you wish for? No, because I wouldn't change it. I don't regret asking for that. And I am extremely grateful that I went through what I went through over the last couple years, because with those added extra streams of wisdom and knowledge that I've picked up along the way, I can do so much more with my gifts than I could before that. Hard last 3 years or not, I wouldn't change it. So let's see. Ace of Wands, the Lovers, and the Page of Pentacles. Making the decision to free yourself has been something that you have been very dedicated to, very motivated by. Freeing yourself is going to cause you to feel very inspired. You're going to have a lot of new ideas, a lot of new concepts, a lot of new perspectives. You're really going to be seeing things in a much different way. And if you take that judgment away from yourself, then that judgment is now taken away from other people too. Because first off, we can only see in others what is inside of ourselves. But second off, when we judge ourselves harsher than we judge anybody else. So if we remove that judgment from ourselves, we remove it from other people as well. I am still answering questions, yes. So you can find my Cash App and PayPal in the description box below. Send payment and throw your question down there, and we'll answer it in between messages. I just kind of do it throughout the whole live session in between messages, for anybody that doesn't know that. So there's going to be some sort of truth coming out as well. There's going to be a lot of good offers coming into you, too. A lot of stability and strength that you have been learning and growing inside of you is picking up. You're growing your value, you're growing your worth, you're learning how to respect yourself more, love yourself more, take care of yourself more, to be there for you. You want to ride or die? Be that ride or die for you. Be that great, amazing fucking parent for you if you didn't have them as you were growing up. And be grateful for the ones that you did have, because you wouldn't be you if you didn't have that exact same situation, if you didn't grow up the way that you did, if you didn't go through what you did, if you didn't feel the feelings you did or learn the lessons that you did. You've really been working very hard on freeing yourself from anybody else's views, opinions, thoughts, ideas of what you should be or where you should be or how far you should have come at this point. Anybody else who may think that you have failed in some way, you're no longer accepting that as your reality and your truth. You are creating the life that you are destined to have. You are a leader who is really expanding and showing that strength that you have inside of you. And all of this is also so that you can have the people around you that do make you feel good, so that you can be independent, free, strong, stable, solid, regardless of external circumstances, so that you're not looking to fill those voids, so that when you come into contact with people in your life, they're not there to fill a void. They are there because you want them there. They are there because they are good people to you. They are there because this is a situation that you actually feel like you fit in and you belong in. So, in between messages too, if you guys want to be able to find the poems, you can find them on my other channel, Dee's Storytime, in the description box below. And if anybody wants to be able to donate or purchase a question, you can find my Cash App, PayPal, Amazon wishlist, and P.O. Box down below as well. And thank you to anybody who does anything to support this channel, whether it be that or liking, sharing, subscribing, anybody who leaves timestamps on my other videos, anything like that. Thank you guys for that. All the comments and interacting you do on here. So let's see. What other messages does the universe have for us today? I am worthy. Luck is coming to you now. Abundance flows freely. How? Because you took your power back, no longer in a state of lack. You know your worth and value well, no longer encased inside a shell. You broke out and now you're free. This generational curse you'll no longer see. Nothing is in your way from here. You refused to give in to fear. 3/3/21. So, because you have refused to give into fear and you have leaned into faith instead, you have been able to surrender, you have been able to trust, and you have been able to know that you are worthy, that you are valuable, that you are somebody who deserves respect, somebody who deserves care, somebody who deserves love, stability, recognition. Because of all of these things that you are starting to realize about yourself that are amazing and beautiful, and you are starting to believe in them, you are really changing your life. Thank you, sweetheart. And it's really going to be, you're going to be noticing such swift changes coming in. So many good things are going to be lining up for you. Opportunities are going to be lining up for you. A lot of financial stability and strength is going to be coming to you. You're definitely going to be feeling like you have everything that you need. You have everything that you need inside of you, and everything that you do need externally is going to be flowing to you very freely, because you're going to be feeling like you deserve it, like you have earned it, like it is yours, and you are going to be really living a beautiful life because of the fact that you have chosen not to believe in the reality the world has offered you as who you are, but you have decided to believe in who you truly are. What is love? Love is someone patient with you. Love is someone who is kind to you for no reason. Love is leaving little gifts and notes for you to find. Love is laughing together. Love feels comfortable and peaceful. Love can surprise you. Love will awaken your spirit. Love makes you feel good, whether it's from outside or inside. Love compliments you when it's hard to take and when it's easy to take. You want little love notes to find for yourself? Start putting some little sticky notes on your mirror. Read them every morning about how beautiful you are, about how intelligent you are, about how you can accomplish your goals and you will succeed. Leave some of those things for yourself. Self-love is just as important. Love compliments you when it's hard to take and when it's easy to take. Compliment yourself when it's hard to take, especially. Love listens, love appreciates, love is grateful, love is understanding, compassionate, and empathetic. Love is free. Love is selfless, but self loving. Love understands and respects your no. What is not love? Love is not carelessness. Love is not callous or critical or cruel. Love is not cold. It does not breadcrumb or ghost. Love is not pain or prison. Love does not cost money, health, or submission. Love cannot be bought. Love is not hate, bitterness, jealousy, competition, or greed. Love is not sex, and sex is not love. Love is not selfish. Love is not cruelty or punishment. Love is not evil. Love is not crass, or uncaring. Love is not bullying or aggressiveness. Love does not say yes all the time. Love does not fill a void. Love is not external or shallow. So ask yourself these questions. What is love to you? And take some time to write down what you feel like love is to you, what you want from love. What does love mean in your life? And then take some time out to write down what things do not resonate with love for you, what things are not a part of what you want in your love life or in your self-love routine. What are things that you shouldn't be saying to yourself or that others shouldn't be saying to you or doing to you if they actually do truly love you? Ideal partnership. Inspiration. There's definitely a lot of you getting ready to come into union with somebody that is actually going to be a very equal and reciprocal situation and connection. And it's because of your hard work to free yourself of the chains that bind and to really feel like you are good enough for something real, something beautiful, something long lasting. You're going to be feeling very calm and at peace instead of feeling anxious and like you have to hold on to it or like you have to somehow censor yourself for this situation so that others don't see the things about you that are awful. Because you know what? There's things about everybody that is not so amazing, but love means that you love those parts too. You don't just pick and choose what you love about a person. That's conditional love. And whether or not we realize at points in our past, we have loved people in a very conditional way too, especially if we've been healing, growing, learning how to cut out things that aren't good for us, learning how to walk away from abuse, and hating those people as we walk out the door, and then finally releasing and forgiving and letting go of that, having that understanding, that compassion, and realizing that underneath the hate we felt for those people was still love at the end of the day. And once we are able to get to that point of recognition there, that's when we start to love people in a more unconditional way, whether it be ourselves or others. And loving yourself in a more unconditional way is the start of that. If you don't love yourself unconditionally, you don't love anybody else unconditionally either. And that's just the way it is. Just like if you can't forgive yourself for past circumstances and situations, you'll never be able to forgive them either. Or if you are judging yourself extremely harshly, you're judging everyone else just as harshly, if not more harsh. 3311 was just on the clock too. Exactly. Thank you, Margaret. Ideal partnership. I am a rare and precious find. My brilliance will be reflected back to me when I am paired with my true match. So when you are looking in that person, every person we come into contact with is a mirror. When you are looking into that person, what are you seeing? Are you seeing all their faults, all their flaws, all the things that you don't like about them? Because you might be seeing that in the mirror when you're looking at yourself too, instead of seeing the beauty and the peace and the love. My ideal partnerships are and working relationships are easy and free flowing. I deserve greatness because I am greatness. And to paraphrase Rumi, what I'm looking for is also looking for me. In fact, he or she might be paraphrasing Rumi right now. So here's another thing. If somebody rejects you, that's for one thing, a form of protection. It's something that really aligns you back to the path that you're supposed to be on. And it also helps you to first off be okay with rejection, to not get crushed by it, to not become obsessive over this person because of the rejection. You don't need their validation. It's inside of you. What you need is inside of you. You deserve to have somebody who sees you as fucking amazing and wants to be with you the same way that you see them as. And when you're seeing that coming back at you, that's when you know that you are in alignment, whether that's in a relationship, a family connection, a friendship connection, whatever the case may be. Inspiration. There's a voice inside of me right now, or within me. Right now, it's only a whisper. The more that I listen, the louder it gets. Soon it will be a flawless speech voiced by James Earl Jones through a megaphone with lots of applause. So, that self love, that reparenting, that voice inside of yourself telling you that you can make it, that you can succeed, that you're successful, that you're beautiful, amazing, wonderful, exactly as you are, that voice is going to get louder and louder and louder as you tell yourself those things. And you are going to heal your self confidence, your self esteem, your self respect, and your self love so that you can be feeling very whole without the outside world. So let's see. What do you need to know at this time? For your first question, what do you need to know at this time? Oh my God, I killed them. Why? I woke up with sweat pouring down my face, realizing that it was all a dream. Thank God. I can't tell anyone about this. But what if it isn't a dream next time? I'm so angry that they exposed me and that they feel like they are so much better than me. These are all projections of your anger, pain, and insecurity at the world seeing you for who you really are. Right now, it is some subconscious anger. And trust me, you are hurting those same people in real life too, holding them back, keeping them stuck, and being pissed when they resist your control. So, there could definitely be a lot of repressed anger that you're dealing with right now, and it might be coming out in subconscious ways, or it might be coming out in your dreams in some sort of way, or it could be that you are dealing with somebody who has a lot of repressed anger. The way that you can see repressed anger in somebody, if they're making jokes at the expense of others, if they're being very passive aggressive, the jokes at the expense of others is definitely a passive aggressive technique because you say something and then you laugh and instantly it makes it not bad, but that doesn't make it not bad. It's like a backhanded compliment. Backhanded compliments are a great way to see that as well in others, or backbiting, or, you know, somebody saying, "Oh no, that's okay. I don't mind. Don't worry about it, you know." And then 10 minutes later they're blowing up at you for the same exact thing. And you're like, "Well, why didn't you say it bothered you before?" Because you didn't want to be seen as a burden. You didn't want to be seen as somebody that couldn't handle it, or you didn't want to be seen as having any kind of flaws or anything like that. See what else. Yeah, you could definitely have dealt with a lot of unsavory people. Great Apes and Pink Panthers, is that all there is? Some are even a mix of the two. It seems like everyone I meet romantically is either a sneaky, sleuthing detective great at lying and cheating, or a gaslighting, shapeshifting bully who's great at acting, lying, and cheating. I remember the good things about them now and I release the past. I have learned a lot now and it's time for new. It's time for everything to pick up pace. Don't be so scared now. It's time and you're ready for it. Hitting it big and there's no stop in sight. You have thrown down your sword and picked up your faith. This faith is changing your life. This was the final test, and all you have been waiting for is here. Time to speak your truth fully and to share your story. You're fine. I'm definitely paying attention to what you're writing. So, there has definitely been a lot of people who have hurt you, used you, abused you, treated you in a very poor way. And there could be a lot of anger that you have with these people. So, taking some time to cleanse and clear your energy, to ground yourself, to get out in nature, to find some peace is really going to help you out. And also working on your root chakra, knowing that regardless of how people treated you, it doesn't mean you deserve to be treated that way, and it doesn't mean that that is all there is that exists in this world. There is plenty more that does exist in this world that is much better for you. But in order to find it, you had to go through this journey and go through these hardships. Letting go of the baggage. Don't dwell on the bad things that happened. I let go because I have enough heavy things to carry around already. And also, grudges aren't a great look. Perseverance. It seems like you're on a massive journey right now, and this card has arrived to remind you that you will reach the other side of the mountain that you are climbing. It's huge and formidable, but so is your ability to climb it. You don't need to enjoy it, you just need to tackle it. Complain if it makes the job easier. Blow off some steam. You think mountain climbers get to the top of Everest on inspirational quotes? No way. They're grunting and crying and cursing like frickin' pirates. That just doesn't sell a whole lot of posters. So people will tell you that you need to be in high vibes all the time, that there's no room for that lower negativity or low vibes or low energy. And you know what? Yes, it does make manifesting much easier when you're in a higher vibrational energy. But at the end of the day, what's most important is that you accept and love yourself, and you accept and love all of the emotions that are coming up in you. There's no reason to hate your anger. Your anger is important. If it wasn't for anger, we wouldn't have a lot of the changes that happen in this world. You're very welcome, and thank you as well. You wouldn't have a lot of the changes that happen in this world. If it wasn't for anger, people would still look the other way when children were molested instead of actually doing something about it. Instead of people stepping in when a child's being beaten on the side of the road, people would look the other way. They would keep to themselves. Because it's not okay to be angry at that. It's not okay to say something about that. It's not okay to do something about that. That anger helps us to create the changes that are necessary in our life. But once it becomes a burden that is weighing you down and keeping you stuck and stagnant, it's time to release that anger. Lynx, the keeper of secrets. Take time out from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your inner knowing. You see other secrets and you keep them sacred. In silence and in solitude, you will find your strength. So take the high road. When it comes to these situations that you've dealt with or new ones that come in that are very similar that you choose not to be a part of anymore, remember to take the high road, to allow things to just fall away and to know that the way these people behaved or the reason you had to walk away from these situations was because these situations were not right for you. They were not in alignment for you. And the trash took itself out, honestly. It's time to really let that go and to allow the karma that is clinging onto you right now while you're holding on to it to go back to where it belongs with them because it's theirs. You don't need to hold on to it forever. And so, the next question, what blessings are coming into your life? Next, I'm going to grab some of these blessing cards over here. I thought about pulling them out for this reading today too, and I did not. Perseverance again. Perseverance. You are definitely going to make it through whatever is coming your way. The motivation to keep going despite the odds. It doesn't matter what you are facing, what you're coming up against, what you are going through. You are going to be able to make it out the other side, and you are not going to be in any worse shape than you are now. You're actually going to be in a much better shape than you are now. Goddess, healing your feminine energy. And fire. The element of fire heralds new life, renewed passion, and positive transformations. So there's a lot of positive transformations coming into your life. You are really going to be able to rise back up from the ashes that have been left behind. You're going to be gaining a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge, a lot of understanding of things that you did not understand before, a lot of new perspectives, and a new way of viewing life as well. You're also going to be healing your feminine energy. All of these things that you have gone through have led you to this point. You may have been somebody who was very hurt or abused or used or whatever because of your kindness, love, compassion, caring, understanding, beauty. You could have started feeling like you were just stupid or naive or like it was your fault in some way that these things happened to you, and you may have locked up that beautiful, feminine, soft side of yourself because of it. But this soft, beautiful side of yourself, now that you have healed that masculine side too, and you've been able to start standing your ground and stepping up and saying what you need to say and allowing yourself to be in charge and to take action, now that you feel comfortable and safe in being able to protect yourself, love yourself, respect yourself, and not allow others to use or abuse you, you are going to start being able to be in that soft, loving, light-hearted, carefree energy again, that beautiful, compassionate, understanding, and empathetic energy again. Your true self is going to be coming back to the surface with an added layer of protection from the lessons that you've learned over the last couple years about how that beautiful goddess inside of you should be treated by you and the external world. Trust. I trust that everything will be okay in the end, partly because I simply know it in my gut, but also because it's way more fun to live in trust and confidence than to be a defensive wiener. So you're going to be really dropping a lot of that defensiveness like we were talking about a minute ago, and you're going to be embracing a more fearless, free attitude when it comes to interacting with other people. No longer going to be fearing what the outcome could be, but allowing things to play out the way that they are meant to. Grizzly bear, power. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and I go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up and I will succeed. So you are going to have a lot of success coming into your life, and it's because you have chosen not to give up. You've chosen not to give up on yourself, and you have chosen not to give up on your healing. You've chosen not to give up on whatever it is that you find to be most important in your world. And you are also going to be seeing just how strong you are. Nobody has been able to break you up to this point, and nobody is ever going to be able to break you. The song from Spirit is coming to mind. You think that you could take me on? You must be crazy. Ain't a single thing you've done is gonna faze me. Sea turtle, protection. You are a master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything that you need to be protected and happy. So we have perseverance 3 times so far in your 2 questions, and you are definitely somebody who has so much strength inside of you and so much grit. You are not going to give up. You are never going to be tamed. You are never going to be used or abused again, and you are definitely going to be trusting that everything that has happened up to this point has made you this unbreakable force to be reckoned with that you are today. You are definitely going to be stepping into more of a go with the flow type of energy and allowing things to play out, no longer being in a fearful energy or no longer being in a running energy either, but being able to stand strong and being able to act when necessary, but also being able to surrender when necessary as well. You're definitely coming into harmony with the rhythm of your path, and it's going to be unfolding in a very beautiful way. Death and the 8 of Swords. There is a death to this self-imposed prison that you have been in. The constant overthinking. Nobody is going to be able to trigger you the way that they were able to trigger you in the past anymore. You're going to give your worries and your fears and your doubts up to your guides and those that you pray to, and you're not going to hold on to them anymore. I'm not sure what the name of that song is. It's from the Spirit soundtrack, though. If anybody else knows the name of that song, ain't a single thing you've done is gonna faze me. That song, throw it in the comments below for her, please. So, this transformation is causing a lot of the past to die out, and it's causing you to be able to really trust yourself and embrace yourself, and to trust your own mind as well. Trust your decision-making skills again, and to really be able to be at peace with the decisions you've made in the past and the ones you're making going forward, and realizing that everything is not your fault. Because I feel like you've been blaming yourself for a lot for far too long. Ooh, the Wild Woman actually came out in one of my decks in a reading the other day. There's actually a card I have that's called the Wild Woman. Good. I'm glad you're going to find the song. So that's what I got for you. And let's see what else our guides have for us today. It really seemed like that went very well with the rest of the messages today, too. Oh, I hope you have fun with that. Enjoy yourself. Love you. See you next time. Thank you. During that part of the movie, he actually, it's a horse. It's about a horse, if you haven't seen it. And it's a wild horse that was captured by soldiers. And the leader is trying to break him, trying to tame him, trying to get him to bend to his will. And that horse resists it to the very end until he finally ends up escaping. And then they hunt him down for a long time too, because that guy's ego was bruised. And so now he's got to make sure he gets that horse. And he never does. Never does. Hidden depths beneath the twilight, buried beneath the ocean blue, looking for the sight of you. Face the shadows, find the light, let hope fill you at the sight. From the murky depths, release the past, discard the remaining pain at last. Let faith and hope fill you full. Don't disregard that pull. Listen to what the stars say to you. The messages they send are all too true. Destiny calls to you today for you to co-create your way. So, if you guys want to be able to find this poem again, Dee's Storytime is a link in the description box below, and all my poems are on there. When I get to 1,000 subscribers over there, I'm going to be doing a mystery giveaway as well. Be at one with the stillness of the night. Connect to your intuition. Every darkness has a light. It's a balance. Sometimes you just have to look deeper to see it. Kind of like manipulation and charisma. Manipulation and charisma are the exact same thing. They're the exact same thing. They are. Just one is seen as dark and one is seen as light. Because they are. One is dark and one is light, but they are essentially the same thing at the core. If somebody is extremely manipulative, they have the power to be a great leader with a lot of charisma. And if somebody has a lot of charisma and is a great leader, they have the ability to be a very strongly manipulative person. Awesome. Thank you, Kay Scott. And you're very welcome, Guided Intuition. Thank you for being here today and for purchasing from me as well. Ooh, Sagittarius, nice. I really do enjoy Sagittarius's a lot, although it never seems to it never seems to have a happy ending a lot of times with my connections with Sagittarius's. I have a lot of water. I'm a Cancer. And fire is amazing. But, you know, water can put fire out and fire can boil water away. So it can also heat it up so that it can create something amazing. Anyway. Unresolved issues need to be discussed. It's time to communicate, and you're being called to lead the way. Time to clear the rubble and rebuild your tower with more firm, solid, and stable foundation. Positive affirmations are important at this time. Free yourself of anxiety. Take a deep breath and make your move. Only you know what you really want to achieve. Believe that it can happen. So, do not listen to the outside world and do not allow any of the naysayers to cause you to feel like you cannot achieve what you're looking to achieve in your life. You are being called for a reason. Jacob Lee, Conscience, that's a really great song too. In that song, he talks about how we have our dreams for a reason. Those things exist for a reason. The thoughts, the feelings, the ideas that we have, those are there for a reason. So don't allow yourself to be talked out of the beauty that you could bring to this world by being your truest self. I did get your payment, Kay Scott. Thank you again. So, rebel with a cause. You wish that I'd stay in the lines, but inside my heart it whines. Do this, do that, it's always your say. Nothing could ever be another way. Conformity is what you wish of me. Authenticity is all you'll see. Being outcast supposed to make me change. You can't handle me at free range. I don't live by the rules that you make. I could never be so fake. Alas, you find me here alone, but still my skills I will hone. A sharpened blade for the day when you realize that you can't take my voice away. 9/28/21. Be in that energy. Be okay with being in that energy. You know, there's a lot of people that these days are so against that. In the 60s, they were extremely against it too, but it still won out in the end. If it wasn't for the protests of the 60s, we would not have the world that we have today. And everybody's like, oh, that was such an awful time. If it wasn't for that awful time, we'd be living in a very different world. I am so glad that there were some rebels there that wanted to make a change, that wanted to make people of color more acceptable, that wanted to make police brutality more unacceptable, that wanted to make being a woman not something that was so abused as well. Abusing children, whatever the case may be, they were fighting for peace, they were fighting for love, they were fighting for light. And yes, some of it got violent because sometimes violence is needed for a change. Sometimes you got to be okay with putting your foot down and not caring what the consequences are when it comes to something that's important to you. And when you find something that is that important that you're willing to fight for it, hold on to it and fight for it to the end. How do you know if someone is thinking about you? Your ears could be ringing a lot. You are going to be seeing a lot of signs, synchronicities, and messages. You're going to be seeing things that remind you of this person. And if you haven't been constantly thinking about this person, but there's signs just popping up, like the number of their age, or like songs that you listen to together, or whatever the case may be, then that person could definitely be thinking about you, and those energies are finding their way to you. This one is something that one of my friends did at one point in time and left here, and I just put it in my message bag. Fuck, dude. Wow. You feel it? Fucking stunned. Feeling different. Like, what the hell is happening? So you could be questioning what is happening and why all these weird things are going on in your life right now, why it's so confusing. There could be a lot of just odd things happening and odd occurrences going on, and you could be questioning like, wow, am I crazy or is this really happening? But yes, there's going to be a lot of messages coming at you that are making you think about these people on a regular basis. You could even actually have dreams about them as well. Zebra, swan, dragonfly. Things may be up and down right now. Remain peaceful, balanced, and don't become frustrated. You're a visionary, able to navigate effectively through the turmoil because you see things differently. You are very connected to your intuition, insight at this time. You are very different, an individual who likes freedom and will do anything to obtain it. Don't let others stand in your way. You always get back up. Obstacles are stepping stones in the right direction. There may be a need for balance and order in your life. Take pride in your accomplishments, but remain humble. Glory and joyfulness are coming into your life. Happiness and good finances are coming. Prosperity and luck are on your side. Be pure. Go with the flow. Enjoy the company of others. Grace, beauty, and dignity are qualities that you possess. Dancing will help you to release any worries or any anxieties. Transformation, change, renewal, rebirth are coming. You may be feeling unstable or insecure. Stand up for yourself and for your beliefs. A second chance may come. Don't let jealousy or attachment get in the way. So there could definitely be somebody thinking about you right now, somebody that is looking to maybe start over again or try again in some sort of way. And a lot of this could be because of the glow up that you're going through right now. So don't allow any of the questioning of whether or not something's going to happen, or whether or not somebody's thinking about you, or whether or not any of that get in the way or distract you from what you're working on and what you're putting together in your life, because that is a lot of what is making you very magnetic at this time. Gratitude. Today, I am grateful for all the little things. Even when the big things suck, there are always plenty of little things that I can at least be a little grateful for, like hot showers. It's very difficult for me to get a hot shower. So yes, hot showers are something to be extremely grateful for. And music, and the fact that humans invented an internet, and I'm allowed to use it whenever I want to. Using fingers and thumbs that do whatever I think them do at any given moment. And actually, I'm extremely grateful that it's a lot easier for me to get a hot shower now than it used to be, because a couple years ago it wasn't so easy. Dragonfly, magic. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is within me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. So it's time to put the past to rest. It's time to Stop focusing on what has occurred before and to start moving forward. By the way, there's dragonfly here and here too. So there's going to be a lot of synchronicities. There's going to be a lot of things that pop up like two at a time, or you run into something specific and then you run into it again later. And it is something that you cannot pass off as a coincidence. It's something that really deeply resonates with, this is about this specific person, and that's why it's popping into my life. So there could actually be a lot of things that you need to forgive and let go of from the past as well in moving forward. If your loved one could pass you a message, what would they say? So your loved one that passed away, you're doing amazing and they're very proud of you. Proud of you for what you've been able to overcome and endure. Proud of what you're building for you. I love you so much. I'm coming home to you each... I love you so much. Coming home to you each night is a dream come true. Please don't let past pain, scars, anxiety, jealousy, or anything else get in the way. Find peace, my love, and I will try to as well. Believe in what we have, because I do. Stay focused on you and your goals. Try not to let me be a distraction from your life, and I will try to as well. I hope we will have an amazing future, but I don't know, and neither do you. That can be scary, but allow that fear to be fuel and not a roadblock. So I was getting multiple messages as I was reading this. This person wants you to know that they are with you every step of the way, that they love you very deeply and are so proud of you. They also don't want you being very distracted from your goals and your life by focusing so much on them. They want you to focus more on you and what you have going on. And also, there could definitely be a situation in your life where you may be coming into connection with new people. And there could be a lot of past pain or hurt or fear or things like that that are trying to get in the way. But it's time to find that inner peace inside yourself and to allow things to unfold naturally, to really surrender, to not feel like you need these situations, but to let them go and to feel like if these situations pan out, that's great. But if they don't, I'm okay, because I've been okay this whole time without these new situations, and I will be just fine if these things don't work out. It's time to take a leap of faith. To know that you have the ability to think these things through very clearly and to act in a way that is going to bring a lot of success for yourself, that you will be caught if you decide to take that leap of faith. And to know that there is a clear, wide open sky for you, and that's the limit. There is no limit to what you can achieve or what you can do. The only limit is inside of your own mind. Ups and downs. I see life as an incredible ride, and I'm lucky to be on it. Yes, the ups and downs make me want to puke sometimes, but they're also what makes things fun and interesting. And when you look back, even puking on yourself makes for a good story. So, there may be a lot of ups and downs going on in your life right now, and you may be kind of wishing that you were with this person, that you could just be done with this in some sort of way. There's a lot of sadness, hurt, and grief going on. You may have felt like this person was one of the few people who understood you or who was there for you to support you. And a lot of the reason that this transformation may have had to happen, this ending may have had to happen in your life, is so that you can learn how to be okay without that. And so that you could also find that motivation and drive to keep going because of it. And to realize that your life is precious, to be very grateful for the life that you have. Personal growth. As I move towards greater conscience, I feel old thoughts and habits falling away like training wheels on a bike. They help me get to where I am now. But now that I can ride, I don't need those slow, crummy wheels, except when I am making bike analogies. So, the training wheels that you had with this person was somebody very supportive to you. This person really was there for you anytime that you needed anything, I feel like. And now you are really learning how to be that for yourself. You're learning that this person is alive inside of you and that you can really handle anything that comes your way. Abundance. Congratulations. It seems like you're due for a little, an infinitely big piece of abundance pie. like you don't feel like you don't deserve it, knock it off. It's already plated and ready to hit your table. Reluctant to take it? Shut your hole. Abundance pie is big enough to serve anyone. So get your whipped cream ready, because unless you're lactose intolerant, you're going to enjoy this well-deserved metaphorical dessert. So, this person also wants you to know that there's a lot of abundance coming your way for the growth that you have made, the time that you have taken to heal, to understand things at a deeper level, and how you have really been handling everything that's been going wrong in your life is all bringing in a lot of abundance for you. Elk, nobility. Celebrate your accomplishments with humility. You are crowned with success. Powerful forces guide you. Your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. So you are definitely somebody who has a limited, you may have a limited mindset, but you have a limitless ability to be able to conquer whatever is coming your way and to be able to create success in your life at this time. And all of that is because of the power that you have inside of yourself. And that is something that can never be taken away from you. No matter how hard this time may seem, or how much grief or hurt or pain you may be feeling at this time, you're still here. At the end of the day, you're still here and you still have a life to live. So you have to live it. And sometimes that is extremely hard to do. Love is the biggest thing I'm feeling from this person. Love. They love you very much, and they're very proud of you for what you are accomplishing right now and for how hard you're working to create a good life for yourself and stability for yourself, even when it feels like the rug was just pulled out from underneath you. So, I really hope you enjoyed that, and that's the message I have for you. And in between messages, once again, if anybody wants to be able to donate or purchase the questions, you can find the links for my PayPal and Cash App in the description box below. Also, my Amazon wish list and my P.O. box are down there as well. Thank you to anybody who supports me in whatever ways you do, whether it be liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, donating, purchasing. Any of that stuff really helps me out. So thank you guys for that. You're very welcome, K. Scott. I really hope that that helped and that it brought you some peace. So, back to the messages from our guides. Tropical breeze. It's break time now. Release, but how? Letting go can be tricky, especially if you're really picky. Let go of control so that you can be free. Delegate responsibilities and you will see. A break will give you the pep you need so that you can continue to nurture this brand new seed. Remember to balance any needed things. Balance is the song that your soul sings. Find some peace and calm in nature's song. Such blissful release could never be wrong. So what I was thinking about during that, good. What I was thinking about during that, there could actually be somebody who has a new baby. And if not, then this is the same concept either way. But there could be somebody who has a new baby and you're doing everything all the time and you have a really hard time allowing anyone to help you or allowing anyone to tell you how to do anything or allowing any advice in or any care and love in, or just allowing yourself to take a break. You may feel like you're a failure if you have to take a break or if you can't do everything yourself. And it's time to really let that idea and mindset go and realize that if you allow people to help you and you allow people to give to you, then you're not dealing with just takers anymore either. Because a lot of times you might feel like everybody just takes all the time and I'm always giving and giving and giving and I have nothing left. Well, you have nothing left because you're not allowing anybody to come in and give back to you too. And you're not giving to yourself, you're giving to everyone else. So it may be time to really take a break, to find some peace, maybe even take a bit of a vacation or something like that, and to realize that the whole world is not going to go down in flames if you aren't there constantly, every second, vigilant. Hi, Maple 7. Nice to see you again. This rough patch has been hard to go through. Know that you got this, and it won't last forever. Soon things will turn around. Look around, and what do you see? Problems may be everywhere, but solutions are too. So is a lot to be grateful for. Water and fertilize your lawn. Make it green. It's hard to do with so much going on, but it's so worth it. The better you feel, the better you do. So do better for you. You can do better with the other things too. So when you take care of yourself, you can take care of everything else so much better. Everything that you touch is just fertile and abundant and beautiful. But when you're not taking care of yourself and you're allowing yourself to be overworked to death, when you're allowing yourself to be responsible for everything all the time without ever giving yourself a break or any kind of peace, then you start to get very on edge. You start to get very anxious. You start to get very overwhelmed. You start feeling like everything's on your shoulders. There's no one to help. There's no one who cares. There's no one who loves you, things like that. All those things start popping up, but it's because you're not loving yourself. You're not caring for yourself. You're not giving back to you. You deserve to be given back to too. I'm glad you caught it as well. Ooh, the dentist is always fun, huh? Glad you didn't end up missing it. But I'm glad that you got the things taken care of you needed to take care of too. Happiness is a choice. Who should I please at the end of the day, throwing chaos in the fray? I choose myself to please, and I am at ease, for I know tomorrow there'll be no regrets. As most people are building sets made for actors come to play, I'll still be here after that day. I choose the road of far too few, I refuse to give my happiness to you. In pleasing others, dreams go to die. You only wind up living a lie. If I die tomorrow, I will know. So much harvest my seeds will sow. I choose my purpose when over your head. I will never truly be dead. 9/28/21. So, right now there is a choice to make. There's a choice of remaining the doormat for others and doing everything to create a better life for everyone else, or doing a few things for yourself to create a better life for you, to create a more peaceful state for yourself, to create a more stable, strong version of you as well, and to really give to you what you have denied yourself for a very long time. You might think the world is denying it to you, but you're denying it to yourself in some sort of way. She's an actor, not by choice, is a song that came to mind while I was reading that as well, along with The Fixer. She's a fixer who always fixes everyone else, but she has no one to fix her because she's not focused on fixing her. She's focused on fixing the world around her. Time for a healthy, long look in the mirror. To understand that you are playing the long game. And to know that in order to play the long game, you have to take care of you. You are the one controlling your life. You're the one controlling your actions. You're the one, even if you're dealing with controlling people outside of yourself, you're making the choice to let them control you instead of taking your power back and making those decisions for yourself that are healthiest and best for you. So it's time to take your power back to you right now and to take that break that you need. To give to yourself a little bit instead of blaming the world around you for what you're not receiving because you're refusing to accept anything. Connection. I'm connected to the multitudes, and at any time I can access their support. Even a stranger offers a sense of comfort when they smile at me or make a dumb comment about the weather. Everyone is waiting to connect. All I need to do is open myself up and pay attention. Note to self, work on witty banter about weather-related stuff. So I know that small talk can be extremely irritating to a lot of people, especially people who have so much depth to them. But how do you think connections get started? They get started through small talk. They get started from saying hi to the person running the gas station when you go in, or the person ringing your groceries out at the grocery store, or when you go into a bar and you sit down to have a drink. How do connections start? They start by talking to the people around you instead of holding back. Awesome. I would love to hear about it, Maple 7. That would be great. Manifestation. I do wonder about those things a lot when I do readings for people. If you could have anything you wanted, what would it be? Get specific and get greedy. You are holding a magic wand and you can conjure up anything. Could it be when you declare your wishes out loud, you're actually casting a spell for your dreams to come true? Or is it just that, in a very practical sense, the more people you speak with about your desires, the more folks there are who know what you want and might have the means to help you make it happen? Either way, stop waiting and start manifesting, but don't use that word if you don't want to. It's kind of like when everybody tells you to keep everything you're working on silent. Don't let anybody know about it. Be paranoid. Be worried that they're all going to destroy it if you let anybody know. Well, now you're hiding yourself. How the fuck are you supposed to create anything if you're hiding yourself? If you're not allowing anybody to see it because you're so fucking terrified. Instead of feeling at peace and knowing that nobody can destroy whatever's meant for you. And the only person who can actually control whether or not you make it happen is yourself, not other people. There's actually somebody recently that was telling me that they let a bunch of people that they know about my channel. And how did they do that? Because I actually opened up and let them know what I work on. Whether it's embarrassing, whether or not I could sit there and worry and question whether or not they're watching all my videos, what they're hearing, what they know about me, and all that kind of stuff, or I can just be at peace with it. And so I chose to be at peace with it. And now because of that, there's extra people who have been directed this way. Awesome. I am so happy for you. And you know what? I bet that this is going to be something that is going to be very great for you. It's going to bring you a lot of confidence. In this moment, I take a step back and look at myself with the pride of a good mother. I see an abundance of abilities and talents that show up all the time in big and little ways. If I could stick myself on the refrigerator, I would. I would invite all the neighbors over and say, look at that. Can you believe what an A+ that is? So, taking pride in yourself, recognizing yourself, loving yourself, and believing in yourself. That doesn't mean that we aren't humble. You can be humble and still recognize your abilities, your skills, how amazing you are, how wonderful you are, and how much you add to this world. It's not a bad thing to love you. And it's not a bad thing to tell yourself that you love you. It's not a bad thing to recognize your skills, to recognize your qualities that are beautiful and amazing. It's something that helps you to be successful, confident, strong, stable, solid. And it also helps you to stay out of your ego and your pride as well. So reparenting yourself has been a very heavy topic throughout this reading today as well. And really being able to love you for you, being able to accept you for you, and being able to not care whether or not anybody else does, or whether or not anybody else is going to have negativity to throw your way. Because if you are in a space where your energy is your energy, and where you're feeling good about yourself and it's not a false confidence, then those people are not going to be able to tear you down with the things that they say. Those words are no longer going to affect you the way that they did in the past, or those actions. Dolphin, play. Swim in the happy joy of living. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom and go with the flow. I love all the synchronicities today. Earlier, we had perseverance come out 3 times in a row in different ways. And right now, we got confidence coming out twice. It takes confidence to manifest. It takes belief. It takes faith the size of a mustard seed. And that's all it takes. And it's not even a whole lot of it. It just takes that to get it going. And once you start seeing those manifestations coming into being, your faith will be made even greater. You're definitely a healer, somebody very intelligent. And I feel like you may have disregarded a lot of the playful energies that you have inside of you for a very long time, but it's time to unleash those and let those out again. To be able to be free and happy and carefree, happy-go-lucky, being able to skip down the street if you want to skip down the street, being able to sing while you're walking down the street if you want to sing while you're walking down the street, or if while you're sitting in the park you decide you want to sing, or you want to dance, or you want to do whatever it is that you want to do. Don't worry about who's watching you and what they're going to think. Don't worry about anything else other than how it makes you feel to do the things that make you feel good like that. Dog, friend. Today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and a friend. So, you are a good person. What is there not to love about you? Yeah, sure, you have your shadow side, but everybody has their shadow side. Everybody has things about them that they need to work on, learn, or grow, or that other people could take as a shadow side. A lot of people will tell you that when you love yourself, it's selfish. A lot of people will tell you that self-love is selfish, but that doesn't mean you got to believe it. There's a lot of things about you to love. It's time to choose to be happy, and it's time to love people unconditionally and not get so stuck or focused on their flaws or stuck or focused on your flaws, but focus on the beauty of each and every individual unique person. There is a lot involved when it comes to singing, definitely. And I'm really glad that you decided to take this class that you're taking, because you're going to learn a lot of extra new things. It's going to make you feel a lot more confident too, and a lot more strong in what you're doing. I am too. That's nice that she is in more of a spiritual energy as well, because yes, it is sometimes hard to find that. That's why I like a lot of the music I've been running across lately too, because instead of being there's a lot of Christian music that I enjoy, a lot of it, but it also clashes with my beliefs in a lot of ways as well. And so it's been really nice to actually find a lot of spiritual music lately instead. There's a lot more people feeling like it's not dangerous to come out of the closet and be who they are anymore. Because for thousands of years, everybody was murdered for being anything but Christian. And so they hid away. But now we are actually being able to find sources of wisdom and knowledge, and being able to actually listen to the messages that we resonate with from people that are similar to ourselves, instead of feeling like we're going to be burned at the stake for it. Although there are still places in this world where they still kill people for witchcraft. Just throwing that out there. Between 1960 and 2000, they killed 250,000 people in, where was it at? I don't want to say the wrong name. I think it's in Tasmania. I think so. 250,000 people they killed as witches, mostly old women and little girls. You're very welcome. I definitely am glad to be able to be here to encourage people and inspire people to do what makes them feel good and helps them to be the best version of themselves that they can be. So when I drew this with my daughter, we drew this together, and when she first put that girl on it, I was like, why did you put a dead girl in the drawing? What's with the dead girl? And she's like, she's not dead, she's praying. Oh, okay. So, sometimes people may misconceive things, or they may get the wrong impression, or a lot of times we can perceive things in the wrong way and make assumptions that just are not the truth. Make sure that you are checking in with yourself when you are deciding what situations are, and are the thoughts that you're having coming from a more peaceful place and a more peaceful stance? Are you asking your questions and then letting them go and allowing the answers to come to you? Or are you fretting over them, worrying over them, constantly picking at them, constantly questioning what could be going on? Because sometimes when we're doing that, we create crazy scenarios that are nothing like what's actually going on in real life. Right now is the time to connect to your guides, to pray more, to meditate more, to find that peace within, and to be able to courageously express your emotions, to communicate yourself from a place of unconditional love, faith, happiness, and joy. No longer feeling ashamed or guilty of your wants or your desires or who you are at the core, but accepting and embracing it, shadow side and all. It's kind of like a I'm sure there's a lot of people that if they knew what my sexual preferences were and what I enjoy doing in the bedroom would be like, oh my God, how can you be a spiritual person when you're doing those evil things? But you know what? I fucking enjoy it. And it's not evil. It's not evil to enjoy what you're enjoying that is sacred between you and your partner. It's kind of like that.
Power off.
But there's a lot of people who see things as evil that really just aren't, or who want to try to convince you that you're a bad person because of what you want or who you are. Don't become one of those people either. At the same time as you are wanting that unconditional love from others, you have to be able to give that unconditional love to get it back as well. Nature. It's time to unleash your inner hippie and step outside of that man-made box. I love that that came out because I was just talking about the hippies a little while ago too. Take a walk in the woods, smell those flowers, hug some trees. You might think you're being ironic, like, look at me, I'm being all tree huggery and stuff. But you'll find that even those trees will hug you back. Trees come from a time before irony, and their earnestness is impervious to our jaded humor. If that doesn't make you want to hug them even more, well then, I guess you're a robot. So it's time to take some time in nature, to take some time away from the busyness and chaos of the world, and to just be and find that peace. Also, going out in nature is a great way to connect to your guides, to your ancestors, to the earth, to your angels, to your God, whoever that may be. And taking that time to connect like that will bring you so much more peace and so much more clarity on everything going on in your life, on where you're meant to be and what you're meant to be doing. It'll also bring you a lot more joy. To enjoy something, I simply need to add joy to it. Joy is like butter. I can put it on anything and it'll make it way better. Today, I will add joy to everything. I'll really slather it on there. Today, I'm the Orville Redenbacher of joy, and life's popcorn is about to get it. So, at any time, you can throw joy on a situation. And you may not think you can. Say there's angriness and bitterness going on from the people around you. An argument is getting started right now. And you can join that argument and you can get angry and defensive and jump into that energy too. Or that energy can be what's contagious and what spreads. Or you can remain in your own energy and you can decide to tell a joke in the middle of it, even if it seems like it's an appropriate time. And sometimes, yeah, that'll make people more angry, but other times it won't. Other times it will shift that energy to where everybody's in a state of joy now, instead of in this state of hate or hurt or pain or whatever is going on around you. So take the time today to throw joy on whatever fires are going on around you. Don't allow others to drag you down. Exactly. Rise above and step into your power. Walk always speaks louder than talk. Walk your walk and be so busy that you don't even hear the talk. People may be envious of you, and their only weapon is trying to tear you down in whatever way they can, but you are strong and you are protected. They can't touch you or your reputation. So it's time to stop focusing on and worrying about what people are saying about you, what people are thinking about you, whether or not everybody's going to believe it, whether or not people hate you. It's time to really just be okay with how things are and the way things are going, and to really I mean, it's a good thing to know what's going on around you and what people are saying or thinking, but to make that your view, or to let it affect your self-esteem or your confidence, or to let it tear you down, that means that there is still some more self-love work that you need to do on you. And it may feel like, well, shit, I've been doing this so long. Shouldn't I already be there by now? You know, it takes time. And little by little, you get better and better until you are at the point where nobody can affect your confidence or self-esteem anymore. I've been doing pretty good today. Thank you very much. I hope you've been doing good today too. It's definitely been a pretty good morning. I actually got on here on time today. The last couple weeks it's been a little chaotic, so I've been a little bit late each time I go to do my lives. Make a list of what is most important to you. Make a list of what you are most grateful for. This may be a bumpy ride. Hold on tight and know that things will be looking up soon. Don't focus on what you lack. Plus, there's going to be a Halloween contest this weekend at the bar And so I'm going to wear my costume and go down there. And I'm also going to wear it. I got a Riddler costume. I'm going to wear it in a way that I would not have been confident enough to wear it in years ago. And I'm going to be feeling good doing it too. So, everybody's on that healing journey a lot of times, and you'll get there where you are feeling like you can do what you want and be who you want without anybody else's thoughts, opinions, or anything changing anything for you. Thank you very much. Sea Otter, happiness. Be the master of playful living. Release your expectations and enjoy every day. Let go of worry and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. They actually have otters around here. I didn't know that till I saw one day. They're they're adorable. They're adorable. So, be your adorable self. You know what? Everybody doesn't want to be seen as cute or adorable. I called somebody cute recently, and they were like, "What? I'm not cute." And I'm like, "Yes, you are cute." And cute means something to me that it probably doesn't to you, but cute, you're adorable. What do you think of when you think of cute things? You think of like little tiny baby shoes or, things like that. You're cute and you're adorable and I love it. I love that childlike energy that you put out there into this world. It's fucking beautiful. And it is. When you see somebody that's in that childlike energy, how happy does it make you feel? How bubbly does it make you feel? It makes you feel like laughing and running and playing and enjoying yourself again. Some people, it makes them feel very bitter and resentful and jealous and, because they're stuck in their misery. But maybe, if there was more happiness and joy going on around them, they'd be able to pull themselves out of it a bit. Maybe if they saw that that's why people were happy, they'd be able to be that happy themselves. Exactly. I'm kind of glad that I did it later today too. It's really nice not having to be up so early and taking care of everything so early. I've actually been able to sleep a little bit longer in the mornings and I've been able to enjoy my night times because I enjoy nighttime a lot. But during the summer it gets so hot so early that I have to make sure that I get everything done early so my phone isn't constantly shutting off because of overheating issues. So, in the winter, though, I have light issues, which means I need to get it done in a small window in the middle of the day because it gets too dark too early and it's dark later in the day, too. Giraffe, visionary. Rise above earthly matters. Glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self worth and love with a big heart. So, you definitely have a good vantage point and perspective when it comes to things that are going on around you. You're definitely people who can really see things, future things. You're good with change, and you're here to make changes in this world. You have to be in that confident energy to make the impacts and changes that you can make in this world, though. And that's why you have gone through what you have gone through to get to where you are, is because in order to be the person that you're meant to be, you had to learn the things that you had to learn because that type of learning cannot be found in a book. Exactly. You win some, you lose some. But at the end, you're alive to fight another day. When you said you win some, you lose some, it reminded me of the movie Friday. You win some, you lose some. But at the end, you're alive to fight another day. Page of Cups, Queen of Wands. You don't need a gun. What do you need a gun for? Anyway, so take a break and take a rest and pause to reflect. As you do this, you will be able to see things from a perspective that you have never seen them from before. Each situation that you come into, take a minute to just pause, to find that peace, to find that clarity, so that you can see things from a perspective you've never seen it before. As you have been healing, you are going to start healing that feminine energy like we were discussing earlier. And you're going to start being able to love like it's from a time before all the scars, the hurt, and the pain. That inner child energy, that ability to be able to be silly and to be joyful and to be at peace doing it and to just play and have fun and to not feel like you have to have everything under your control all the time or everything has to be a certain way all the time, but everything can just be as it is and you can be happy with it the way it is. All of that is something that is boosting your confidence as well. And as you boost your confidence, as you decide that it doesn't matter what I want is important. And what I want is not something that's unacceptable. It's not something that I should be ashamed of or feel guilty about. It's something that I should take the risks and the chances to bring about in my life. You're really going to be standing up for yourself and standing firm in your beliefs, standing firm in what you want. You're going to have some extremely good boundaries, or you have already created those extremely good boundaries. That ability to be able to stand and fight for what you believe in, to be able to stand up for what you want, to be able to say no when you need to say no, your ability to be able to dress however you want and not worry about what's going to happen because you're dressed that way. Because if you said, this is not going to happen, this is not going to happen. And sure, sometimes things still happen, but being able to be okay with that and being able to realize that regardless of whether or not something happened, you were living your life. And you weren't in a box that other people forced you to be in, or your fears or your anxieties forced you to be in, or the box that everybody thought that was meant for you, or whatever the case may be. And not looking at yourself as a disgusting human being for going after your wants and your desires, for going after what inspires you and makes you happy and makes you feel good. And all of this confidence and clarity that you have gained, and all of this ability to be able to look in the mirror and see your beauty and see your truth and being able to express that outwardly is helping you to come into this energy of just being able to be you and be okay with it. Just being able to laugh at a joke when you hear it and not worrying about snorting, or being able to just be in a playful, fun energy and not feeling like just because you're in that energy, people are going to think that you're weak or that you're inexperienced or whatever the case may be. You're really starting to unveil who you are and let it shine bright, regardless of anybody and what they have to say about it or feel about it. And you're not going to blame yourself if people decide to destroy you or hate you or fear you or whatever else the case may be because of who you are. There's no more time for that. You don't have the energy for it anymore in your life. What you have the energy for is the things that bring you inspiration, happiness, joy, that make you feel good and that make you feel like you are living the life that you want to live, instead of the one that the box of society places around you. And if there's enough of us breaking out of that box, what are they going to do? They can't stop it. I honestly don't even know that you exist. Just like you, I'm busy pining after someone who doesn't see me either. We are mirrors. I wish that I knew how to shine brighter, how to stop being invisible to my interest. Step into your full light and be you, and know that you will have others who notice you. As we are chasing others who don't see us, someone is chasing us too, and we don't see it because we are so focused on something that we can't have instead. Don't settle for the ones who don't see you, or the ones that you don't see. Get to know the ones looking, but don't settle. You could also be bold and make the first move. Who knows? Once I see you, things may change, but so far I haven't noticed. It's not your fault, and there's nothing wrong with you. I'm just very focused on someone else, the way that you are on me. So, once again, there is a need to break free of that shell and to really put yourself out there, to not worry, to just be you and to go after what it is that you want. Not worrying about what societal norms tell you is okay, not worrying about who should make the first move or what should be the way that it is done. The way that it should be done is the way that you feel good doing it and the way that makes you feel good. If you're sitting around pining after somebody, you're not feeling good. But if you're going out and living your life, you're feeling much better, whether that includes going after that person or not. Nameless negativity. Not gonna die tonight. No one. Not here. Never. Nothing. Nowhere. Absent. Unavailable. Never ending story. Alone. Heaven sent. So, all these negative things that you're throwing into yourself, it's time to address them and it's time to change them. Say you accidentally spill your cup all over everything. Instead of going, oh, you're so stupid. How could this happen? And why did I do that? And getting all upset and frustrated and really attacking yourself for an accident. You can say, well, shit, I'm a human. I make mistakes and it's okay. I'm just going to clean this up and everything will be fine. It didn't make the whole world burn down because this accident happened. And being okay with who you are. When you're sitting at home alone pining over somebody like that, you really start to feel like you don't matter, like you're nothing, like you're no one, like you have no voice, like nobody cares, nobody loves you. It really starts to get very miserable and very depressing. But when you're telling yourself, I'm amazing, I'm fucking awesome, I'm beautiful, I'm unique, people love me. And you're going out and you're having fun and you're having a good time and you're meeting people and you're allowing yourself to open up to the idea that maybe things are just not meant to be in this situation, but that's okay because you know what? There's plenty of fish in the sea. You start to really, it's instead of being in that limited mindset, if it's not this person, then it's no one. And you start being in the mindset of, there's somebody for me. And I'm amazing and I'm going to find them. But right now I'm just enjoying my life. That really helps you to be in a much more positive state and a much more loving, joyful state. And it also increases your attractiveness tenfold. So there's going to be a lot of people looking your way. And that doesn't mean you want all those people either. There's going to be people that are looking your way that are in this same state that you climbed your way out of. And it's going to pull on your heartstrings too. But that doesn't mean that if they're not for you, you should be with them either. Nice. Which poem was it? Breaking Free. Maybe it's this one. Let the light in your heart shine forth. Listen to its call and find your true north. Break the chains of the past. Free yourself at last. Allow your light to shine bright. Everything will be all right. As your mask falls away, you'll see the light of a new day. As doors close, you'll be shown the path that is yours and yours alone. 1:18:20. And remembering once again that rejection is a form of protection, that when things are not meant for you and they fall away, allowing them to go and letting them go and letting them be what they are, just a moment in your life that wasn't meant to last forever, and being okay with that allows you to be able to open new doors. And whatever doors are meant for you, that you're meant to be walking through and sticking with through your life, are going to be doors that are there for life. But the ones that aren't are not going to be there for life, no matter how much you try to cling on to them or hold on to them. Oh, okay. There's been a few of them that have been coming out a lot recently. Hawk. Optimistic, decisive, strategic, creative, rebirth, guardianship, fearlessness, protection, memory. Be perceptive about others. Don't allow situations or people to deceive you. Be on guard and don't lose faith in your perceptions. Whether others cause doubt or not, you have vision and intuition. The hawk is calling on you to rely on it. See situations from different and higher perspectives. Keep the big picture in focus. It's time to take flight and reach for the skies. Trust your instincts in making decisions or completing tasks. The universe is helping you to expand your knowledge and learn lessons. Hawks represent messengers of the spiritual realm, and you are being guided through these lessons for the highest good. Trust in that and the nudges that you're receiving. So, It's time to trust in the signs, synchronicities, and messages that are coming to you now. It's also time to trust in whatever messages you may be receiving from your ancestors or your lost loved ones as well, because there could be a lot of messages coming in at this time, especially with the time of year it is in general. Remember to honor the dead as well, in whatever ways that you do. Remember to tell them thank you for the help, the guidance, and the protection that they send your way. Make sure to show and express your gratitude in some way. Also, remember that you are quite capable of being able to see things from a very high perspective. So trust in that ability that you have. Trust in your instincts, trust in your intuition, and know that it won't lead you astray. What leads you astray is not listening to that little voice because you have no faith in it. So find faith in yourself and in the ideas that you have about the world around you. You are important too. Take some time for self-care and love. Do more for you and don't feel guilty. Take yourself on a date, dress up, and hold your head high. Go on a vacation somewhere where you can relax and unwind. Maybe even learn some new things. There's a whole world around you. It's time to live. Live like you were dying, Tim McGraw. That seems to be a very strong point today, too. Live like you were dying. You are dying. Every one of us is dying every day, slowly. Some of us may die tomorrow by getting hit by a bus. Who knows? But you're not going to regret anything if you're actually living your life. No more time to be a yes man or woman. No more time to give in to others without an equal return. So it's time now to take the steps necessary to create the changes in your life that you want to create and to go after whatever it is that you would be sad that you did not accomplish if you were gone tomorrow. What is it that makes you feel like you're alive? What is it that makes you feel like you're living? What is it that you want to do? Because now it is time to do some things for you. The last couple of years making these channels, that's the first time in my life that I actually did something for me. And every ounce of support in my life went out the door because nobody liked me doing something for me, because I had been doing something for them for my entire life. And don't let that stop you. Don't let that hold you back. Don't let that fear of being alone cause you to be less than what you are, or cause you to go down a path that isn't yours, or to hold on to paths that aren't yours. Positive thinking. In the garden of my mind, what's funny is I saw this one before I started this when I was shuffling. In the garden of my mind, I water the good thoughts and weed out the bad ones. I throw in forgiveness and empathy seeds by the handful if I want. I take a lawnmower to that jealousy and resentment patch. I am a pretty badass mind gardener. So, when you are not living your life for you, when you are not doing the things that you want to do, when you're not loving yourself, when you're not respecting yourself, you can get into a very seriously jealous or resentful or bitter energy, or the energy of a martyr, feeling like you do everything for everyone but nobody's doing anything for you, or feeling like nobody loves or cares for you, or feeling like whatever the case may be. All of that is due to not doing things that are good for you, to not taking care of yourself, to not going after what it is that you want, to caring too much what people think. It all comes down to seeking that outside validation, when all you need is that validation from inside you. If you take that beautiful positivity and you dump it down your head by telling yourself every day that I am worthy, I am amazing, I deserve respect, I deserve kindness, I deserve care. I give myself those things. I deserve to do what I want to do and what makes me feel happy, and then doing those things. That changes all of that. Nothing from outside of you can affect you in that way anymore. And it may be a bumpy ride till you get to that point, but know that going down that path is what starts it. Worthiness. I am worthy of the ultimate happiness. I deserve it and I accept it. Damn it, I'm not going to feel guilty about it when I get it. Guilt is not invited to my happiness party. I won't even tell him where it is. If he asks about it, I'll be like, nah, I think you're thinking of something else. And then I'll run away very quickly. So, anyone who is trying to make you feel guilty about going after what makes you happy, they don't need to be around you. Anybody who is trying to make you anxious or fearful of the choices and decisions you're making in your life, and trying to make you feel like whatever steps you're taking, you're not qualified to take, or you shouldn't be taking because it's going to destroy everything, those people don't need to be around either. What you need to focus on right now is making the decisions that make you the happiest. And a lot of those decisions include being alone, if that's what's necessary to acquire that confidence and self-respect that you need inside of you. Ultimate potential. I choose to live a life of my fullest potential, and I trust that this will draw me towards experiences and people that support my growth and accomplishments. Tuning into this frequency, I now reach higher heights than I ever thought was possible. Knowing that's an option, why would I have ever tuned into anything else? I'm looking at you, smooth jazz and talk radio. Hi, Miss Moon Grable. Grabble? I'm not sure how to say that. So, you will reach your ultimate potential on this path, on this journey towards self-love and self-care, towards believing in you and not caring what others think. For some reason, that's not popping up on my screen, so I can shut it off. There we go. Okay, so the way that you reach your ultimate potential, the way that you have the best life possible for you, is by deciding you are worth the best life possible. Taking that time, that effort, that energy, that love, that care, that beauty that you give to everything around you, and giving some of it to you. And telling yourself that you can achieve anything. If you were talking to a child right now today, and they were talking about their dreams and their goals, what would you say to them? Would you be one of those naysayers that would tell them, oh, you shouldn't even try for that because that's not something that's possible? Oh, you should be afraid to move across the world because you'll be all alone. Oh, you should be afraid to go work in a homeless shelter because you don't know what the homeless people are going to do to you. They're all evil people. Would you be telling them things like that? Because some of those things could be things that people have been telling you. Or would you be telling that child, wow, you want to volunteer in a homeless shelter? That's amazing that you're such a beautiful person, that you've decided to have faith and trust instead of living your life through fear. Would you tell them, oh, you want to move across the world? That's amazing. I think it would be really great if you decided to go see other cultures and what they're doing. If you decided to travel a little bit. Oh, you want to go to the Amazon forest? That's awesome. I bet that would be such a beautiful place to see. Instead of, there's frogs that can kill you down there. People have told me things like that, by the way. Because I would really love to go see the Amazon forest at some point. That would be fucking amazing. Perseverance, yet again. This is the fourth time perseverance has come out today. I think there's perseverance in every one of these cards and in some of my messages. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up, and good luck will follow. Then you should definitely work on getting there, because we only have so long in our life. And those dreams we have, if we don't take the steps to make them happen, those are the things we think about at the end that we didn't get to experience. Although I figure, if I don't get to travel while I'm alive, I'm going to get to do a lot of it after I'm dead. So, and most people don't think about life after death that way. So, I can go anywhere I want then. Cougar, assertive. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and the confidence to succeed. So, you have everything that you need inside yourself to be able to do what it is you want to do in your life. And yes, that can be hard to think about. And we can really limit ourselves when we think about it. Because like the Amazon forest thing, it does take a fair amount of money to take a trip down to the Amazon forest. And it takes a fair amount of forethought, especially when I have animals to care for and stuff like that. But it could still happen, and I could still make it happen. If it was my main priority, then I would make it happen. There's a lot of other things that are more of a main priority for me right now. And if I get to that one, I get to that one. But if I don't, I'm not going to hold it over myself, you know? And be the same way in your life too. You will be going after what you want for you. You're no longer concerned with the thoughts or opinions of others. Abundance and fertility will be found all around you. You will be living a life that you are passionate about and will be able to smell the roses because of it. You are leading others through your example and your inspiration. With great power comes great responsibility. You take this very seriously. So, you are really changing things for the better inside of yourself and in your life around you. And the reason that you're doing it is because you are no longer going to be so worried about anybody else's thoughts or ideas of how you should be living or what you should be doing or what is stability to them. I mean, it's like the song off Pocahontas. What I love most about rivers is you can never step in the same river twice. The water's always changing, always flowing. People, I guess, can't live like that. We all pay a price to have comfort in our lives and stability in our life. We lose out on what we could be exploring or going after, or the amazing things that really could happen if we break free of that comfort zone and that need for that structure and stability, or feeling like structure and stability is happiness. For some people it is. For other people it is not. For other people, the life of a gypsy is much more satisfying and much more happy than it would be to be stuck in some house somewhere. For other people, being in that house somewhere with the comfort, the stability, the solidity, that's what would be much more happy for them. Personally, myself, a little bit of both would be good. I would like to have a stable house that is mine, that nobody could ever take away, that I've never had that in my life. Never had that solid stability like that in my life. So that would, yes, bring a lot of happiness to my life and joy to my life. But so would a lot of the instability because you know what? I'm not good with everything being completely boring all the time either. So sometimes it's a balance of the two that brings you the most happiness too. Thank you, beautiful. I'll see you next time, and I'm glad that you enjoyed this. Humpback Whale Singer. Singing healing songs for the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. There's been a lot of people the last couple of years that have asked me why I don't sing or why I don't rap or things like that. And I do have a couple songs on here, but I do enjoy singing. I don't know if that's necessarily my path or my purpose. Maybe it's a part of it to do the ones that I do, but my main focus is this. Singing healing songs for the world. Having that compassion, that depth, that beauty, that understanding, that inner knowing, that intuitiveness, that beautiful feminine energy can bring so much healing to this world. We still need the masculine energy. We need both. For a long time, people have made it seem like that was a very unimportant energy to have, or a weak energy to have, or whatever the case may be. But it's a beautiful energy to have, and you make some great changes in this world with that energy too. So step more fully into that energy of love, compassion, kindness, care, empathy, understanding for you and for everyone around you, and love you for who you are, because who you are is going to bring so much beauty to this world. Page of Wands and the world. Get out there and explore new things. Don't be afraid. Be curious. They always tell you, oh, curiosity killed the cat.